These guys are ridiculous. These guys are ridiculous.
Now, how about them damn Celtics?
And we are back with another episode of How About Them Celtics. Sam and I are here recording on Monday, April 8th, day after the Celtics took down the Portland Trailblazers. Doing a recording. If you'd like to hear our thoughts on that game, make sure to go check it out on the channel right now. You can see it. Payton Pritchard's in the thumbnail with Delano Banton. You can go click on it. It's right there. I believe it was episode 463. If you're listening on podcast platforms, that's insane. You know, every time I go to type in like our the episode number on Megaphone, which is where we upload our podcast, I'm like, holy shit, we've done so many of these episodes, and that's not even counting the like individual videos we do on the other days of the week.
We put in the work. We
That
put
we
in the
do.
work. I may have just tweeted something that was misinformed, so I had to delete it quick. Sorry.
Oh, I was
So,
like, what's happening?
There's the video of John Calipari walking his dog, and they like blitz him, the media.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
Andrew Doxey quoted, said, "Y'all don't find this thing weird? Like, you don't feel any kind of shame?" And I replied, and I was like, blitzing him while he's out walking his dog or the dog stroller, but he actually has a kid in the stroller and the dog is behind him.
You know what was funny? I saw that video like as I was getting in the car, but I also thought it was a dog stroller.
Yeah, like you don't see the dog till like the very end of it. I was like, oh, wait, what? He has a dog stroller? Like, what a freak.
I also thought it was a dog stroller. I just
Someone
saw
said
it, your notification on my thing. A reminder as always.
You'll have it forever, but you'll never see the extra tweet.
Reminder as always, make sure to leave a like on the video if you're watching on YouTube and subscribe to the How About Them Celtics YouTube channel. If you're on CLNS listening to us right now, jump on over to How About Them Celtics. Leave us a subscribe there. We'd appreciate it very much. We're growing our own channel as well. And you get extra content, plenty of live streams, plenty of extra videos. If you're listening on audio platforms, Spotify and Apple, or anything else you listen on, make sure to leave us 5 stars and leave us a review and follow the show there. You can follow on Spotify. You can follow on Apple Podcasts. We'd appreciate it very much. Anyways, first thing we're talking about today is the title of the video, the title of the podcast. Kristaps Porzingis helped the Celtics make history, which is true. It's a factual statement that we happen to make the title of the podcast. It's also just
explain clickbait to my dad today.
Really? How so?
Well, not so much that he didn't know what it was, but he was like talking about stuff he sees on Facebook. And I was like, yeah, like the reason why it's all like phrased like that is so you get more curious. But yeah, we sort of clickbaited, but not really, because we're gonna deliver. We always deliver.
Gotcha. Got your ass, basically. Get fucked. What'd you say?
If we clickbaited you, we probably did them a favor. Like you got to our show. You might not have found it.
Welcome in. This is it. I'll pull it up here.
Pull it up.
Kristaps Porzingis, player of the week. I was about to say of the month. 4-0, the Celtics. In that span, he's averaged 19.8 points, 10.0 rebounds, 3.0 blocks. It doesn't list the splits here, but in his last 4 games, Kristaps Porzingis is shooting. Holy shit. I didn't realize how good the splits were. I'm just looking this up on the fly. Kristaps Porzingis is shooting 66% from the field and 64% from 3.
Let's go. He's back.
Week. And best part, on 10 shots a game and 3 threes a game. He's just like doing it so efficiently. But yeah, he's killing it. Also 1.5 steals a game. So he's also just, the defense has been insane for Porzingis. I know Jay King wrote something similar to that, or something to that effect for The Athletic today. So go check out his piece there. Jay's a beast, friend of the show, old friend of the show, but we'll get him back soon.
He's your friend, not my friend. He's never been friends with me on the show. Oh no, that's right.
Live stream. Yeah,
he was on the Jeopardy, and that was the day I was talking about the girl from the coffee shop that I used to know from work, but we didn't say anything to each other. And it turns out she just didn't recognize me, which is fair.
It's tough. But the real interesting part, and the reason you got not clickbaited, but clickable title, we'll call it, is Porzingis helped the Celtics make history. Celtics are the first team ever in NBA history to have 4 different players win Player of the Week within the same season. Tatum did it the week of November 6th. Jaylen Brown did it March 4th. Derek White did it March 25th. Kristaps did it April 8th. Notice him. March, April. Pretty good second half of the season for the Celtics. Pretty good entire season for the Celtics.
I feel like Tatum also got one after the All-Star break, maybe?
Perhaps. Let me take a look. NBA
I feel like he got more than one. I could be wrong. But while you look, I feel like they can definitely get to 5. I know this is the last week of the season, but Payton Pritchard is ready if needed, and he's going to be needed because they're going to be sitting guys. He's going to have plenty of extra run, and he's played really, really well lately, which we're going to get to later in the show. And he has absolutely an opportunity to make it 5 Celtics who have won Player of the Week this season.
Tatum only won once, just November 6th.
He's a bum.
That is crazy. You know what's even crazier? He won November 6th, 2023, but he didn't, and that was the first time he had won since October 2022. That's like very weird.
Is there voter fatigue with Player of the Week?
I guess so. I'm like looking through here, like trying to see like who the weirdest name is to have won Player of the Week. I don't see it. Bobby Portis is crazy. That's a fun one, just like Derek White, I suppose. But yeah, I'm just like looking through.
That is a good name.
Jalen Green, but he deserved it. Yeah, I'd say Portis is the weirdest one. But yeah, Porzingis helped him make history, dude. Porzingis, like you've seen it too. Like you've seen the uptick in production for Porzingis, especially on the defensive end. I know we talked about like the Porzingis block party a couple pods ago, but he's had 5 blocks in like each of the past 7 games. It feels like he's just blocking everything lately.
About time he stepped up.
I will say we didn't even talk about this on the pod last night because like everything going on, but like, yeah, of course he had 5 blocks because they had fucking 90 offensive rebounds.
I think I said, no, maybe I didn't say offensive rebounds. I think I was just having too much fun.
Yeah, we just fucked around the whole show.
I thought about offensive rebounds, but I think I lost it by the time it was my turn to talk.
Yeah, dude. But like I said, Jay King wrote an article on Porzingis today, talking about how he hasn't been back to the playoffs in a few years, how he's using this time to ramp up for the postseason. And it really is.
He's getting his playoff reps against the Portland Trailblazers.
Well, yeah, but like it's funny because like he genuinely just hasn't made the playoffs since like for 2 years, right? Or 3 years? 2 years. Yeah, 2 straight years, no playoffs.
Yeah, because he got traded to Washington.
And realistically, like the man doesn't have much playoff experience. He's played in 10 total playoff games. The last playoff game he played in was a 7-game series Dallas lost in 2021 to the Clippers. Like it's been 3 years since this man has played in the playoffs. So he genuinely needs to get ramping up into shape. And it is very, very fun to watch him do it against these, just to be frank, dog shit teams.
Sorry, Kings. So Porzingis was somebody, Jack, we had been doing a ton of playbacks on this road trip that came to a close last week. I am so happy he's making threes again. Because on the road trip, I was like, man, these have to start going in. He had lost my I think it's going in faith. I didn't have that for him for a little bit. I was like, okay, maybe this will go in. But now he's back. Just absolute laser. Throwing in line drives from the logo. Like it's nobody's business off of pick and pops. He looks so confident. His jump shot is effortless because it's not really a jump shot. So he doesn't have to elevate. He just lifts the ball up, flicks it in, plays Nerf ball from the 3-point line. And if he's able to be on in the playoffs, it's going to bring the Celtics to a whole new level. He's really been an X factor type guy for them all season. So to have him hitting his stride before the playoffs, as funny as it may sound that he's doing it against the Blazers or the Kings or dog shit teams like the Bucks, it's important. It's an important thing. It's an important piece of the puzzle. He's going to be a big part of Banner 18 if it shows up this year. I sure hope it does.
The Nerf hoop basketball is so fun. Because the best part about the Nerf hoopball is that you can see it coming from a mile away. Like you'll see them run a pick and roll, or just you'll see them screen for somebody. You'll see the Blazers. The Blazers were the biggest morons with this. They were switching everything, and you'd think after the fucking 5th switch they'd realize, maybe we shouldn't just allow Horford and Porzingis to post up our guards at the free throw line and murder us, because they did it with Horford once early in the game, and all Horford did was swing it to the corner, swung it again. Drew Holiday pump faked and drove on Scoot and got an easy bucket. Like, guys, I'm sorry, respectfully, part of it is obviously the Celtics are good and have a lot of talent, but maybe just like don't switch it. Like maybe fucking try something different. There was another play, and I didn't put this in my 3 things you might have missed. But I'll pull it up here. It wasn't even Porzingis. I'm just going down the rabbit hole of like, holy shit, bad defense. If I can find my little fucking notebook.
Your little manifesto.
Yeah, my little something book.
Little black book.
This side of it. Yes, exactly. I wrote in here the exact thing is Holiday misses a 3 at 8:45. Bad scoot D. So let me pull up this bad scoot D for you, just like as a testament to how baffling the Trailblazers defense was in this game against the Celtics, which they ended up losing 124-107. Let me find it. So it was a Drew Holiday missed 3. It was his only missed 3, so it should be easy to find. The Celtics are like about to run a pick and roll, or they're just Horford's about to set a screen. This isn't it. I would have to find it. I can't find it. Basically, what happens is they go to set a screen, and in anticipation of the screen, Scoot like starts to nudge over and just leaves the baseline butt naked, like yeah, come drive this way, come hang out. And so Holiday drives, they draw 2, and then whoever is at 3-point line just gets like wide open. Like it was just the most baffling defense I've ever seen. He was like waiting for a switch, waiting to like go into the screen, and just Holiday was like, okay, I'll go this way then. Like it made no sense. But the Nerf hoop for Porzingis is all-time stuff. The man is just, it's free, dude. It's free, and it's crazy to see. Like, I think you saw flashes of this last year when the Celtics lost to the Wizards. Like you could see like, oh yeah, this guy's effective. But then you put him around like guys who are just also nasty, and you're like, this is fucking
I was rattled last year when he did it to them, dude. I mean, I'm still rattled about it. I used it when I wrote my article last week about this year's team being different. That was the game I was like, that game fucking sucked, and I still hold it against them. It was Porzingis giving them 30 in a game after they were like, we want the 1 seed. He is a cheat code, and as we get closer to the playoffs, the decision-making from him when he gets the catch at the high post is going to be even more important. I don't know if that's part of the J. King article. I haven't had a chance to look at. I don't know why all of a sudden the Athletic is out of my rotation as I put this sheet together. It should not be. They do good work there, and they give you good topics to talk about. But if he's able to make decisions like Jokic, at least at like 45, 50% of the capacity, the Celtics are going to be real dangerous because the amount of attention he requires anytime he touches the ball there is unreal. Just of how easy it is for him to turn and shoot. Defenses have to go into a little bit of a panic if he manages to get the ball. Guys like Holiday, Derek White, Tatum, even, I mean, all the players, I'm not really going to exclude anybody, is going to benefit because of the extra attention he's going to get. It's perfect. It's perfect for this team. It's a new layer they can use if the offense gets stale. There's no reason that they shouldn't go to it anytime they need a bucket.
Mm-hmm. Porzingis rocks. He's a cheat code. He's a beast.
Next thing we got. Oh, sorry.
Yep.
I don't want to hold it up too much. Do you think that there's going to be a moment where the Porzingis thing is your best bucket option in a clutch game? Do you think it already is?
No. I don't think so.
I'm not. I'm just curious.
I don't think you'll get. Like I talk about how the Blazers like switched everything, so we always had a smaller guy in them. I don't think they'll let that happen late in the games. Like I always think they will switch it, or they will hold firm and like go through screens. And I just think the way defenses defend at the end of games is they pack the paint and they're like more willing to give up mid-range shots. And it depends on the situation. Like if you're up 3, obviously you're going to guard the 3-point line a lot heavier. But like if it's a 1-point game with 10 seconds left, your best defense is guard the paint at all costs and close out on shooters as quick as you can out of that. And like you saw the Nuggets do it, like Jokic was just dropping back in the paint, and every time Porzingis got a post-up option, or I mean the reverse, like Porzingis or Jokic just posting him up down there. And so you'll see a lot more pressure, I think, in those spots in the late game scenarios, which is why I think you see a lot of teams settle for these mid-range looks that we've come to hate Tatum for, is because like genuinely that is like, as weird as it sounds, that is oftentimes the most open you're going to get. Like weirdly enough, there's there are other options and there are better things. Like we all praise that Jaylen Brown mid-range shot because they did something different than he made against the Hawks, but like that's the same fucking shot Tatum gets. Like that is almost exactly, it's just different because the ball moved a little bit. Like that is, he was contested. It was a contested mid-range jumper and we treated it different. And I agree with the like sentiment that like they tried something different, so it's good. But at the end of the day, like he just fucking made it. It was just a contested mid-range jumper. He just made it. Like it's the only difference. And so I think realistically, like as much as it sucks, and I do agree that they should try other things to try to get open in other ways, the end of the day, a lot of the times you're just going to get a mid-range shot. Like that's just kind of what happens. Teams guard the three if it's a 3-point game. Teams clog the paint because they don't want you to get layups, like obviously. And so sometimes you're just ended up with that. And so I do think maybe from the perspective of like, would you rather Porzingis take a mid-range than Tatum? Maybe, but I also think there's a thing to it where Porzingis is going to have a lot of taller defenders on him, and the spots that Porzingis gets to, it's pretty easy to like send help over from like the wings. I don't know. I don't think it'd be a bad look at the end of games by any means, but like the best, I just think it'll be easier to guard than.
Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah. I know. I
wanted to know
your
but more X's and O's thoughts on it, because I'm like tall guy getting ball good.
I think it is good. I just don't know if it's always going to be as open as it is throughout the course of a game in that spot.
Sure,
maybe I'm wrong.
Okay,
I could be wrong.
That makes sense.
Very well be wrong. We'll see. I hope they try it out.
Now that you were right on Pritchard, I have to trust you.
This is true. I mean, let's not act like that was a hot take. Let's not act like I went on a limb there. Let's just call it what it was. Chat was being stupid, respectfully. Like, come on, that was so stupid. Anyways,
Prize Picks is America's #1 sports app with more than 3 million members. It is the easiest and most exciting way to get out on the action while you watch your favorite sports and players. You just pick more or less on 2 or more player stats and watch the winnings roll in. Now get in on the playoff action. Win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks as you and the world's best players take the game to a new level during basketball's postseason. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $1,000 in just a few taps. Prize Picks is really simple to play. You can make a pick and submit an entry in less than 60 seconds. This week on Prize Picks, I'm selecting Jason Tatum to dish out more than 5 assists and for his teammate Jaylen Brown to have more than 22.5 points. Download the app today and use code CLNS for a first deposit matchup to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. Prize Picks.
Jaylen Brown time. Jaylen Brown scored his 10,000th career points against the Portland Trailblazers. He spoke about it after the game. He talked about reflecting on his journey. He talked about how cool it is, et cetera, et cetera. He comes the 15th Celtic ever to reach that mark, which is kind of less than I thought for how good the Celtics organization is. Then you step back and you realize 10,000 points is a lot of points. That's just genuinely like a lot of points to score in a Celtics uniform. But yeah, good for Jaylen Brown. 10K.
W Jaylen. I asked Bobby this on the show this morning. Favorite Jaylen point? What's your favorite?
That's a good question. Probably the Jazz buzzer beater. Or no, the Rockets one. The Rockets one. That I like the Rockets one better.
They lost that game.
You said point, not result, and
I know.
I like the way you got it.
It was an interesting switch to me. That's why I called it out. Mine is also in a loss. The dunk, the KG dunk, where he daps up KG is probably the coolest one. Mm-hmm. That or I like the dunk in Game 5 against the Heat, where he just takes the entire energy from the.
Are we counting playoffs?
Yeah,
playoffs. Well, because they don't count
points. They don't.
No,
that shit's stupid.
Of course they don't. We're talking about milestones. Why would they count playoffs? Like nothing. You're
still playing games.
I know, but like LeBron's 40K is not playoffs. No one's 40K.
Why do they not count playoffs? That's so stupid.
I don't know. Just so they can keep everybody for those records on an even playing field, and then have playoffs different.
Maybe if you didn't suck, you would be on the same playing field. Plain and simple.
That's not completely fair. Yeah, good for Jaylen. Anyways, next thing. Speaking of playoffs, the Maine Celtics making a playoff run. They have won 2 playoff games in a row. They are now going to the G League Finals to take on I believe they're taking on the
Oklahoma City Blue.
Yes, sir. Sam, name me one player on the Oklahoma City Blue roster. I can't name one either. Actually, let me try. You
can't?
I'm going to try it as well. I'm trying to think of a two-way player that like goes down there.
They don't have Justin Jackson on that team?
No, I think he's on the Dallas. But maybe
also the Blue?
No, they're the Texas Legends.
They wear blue.
That's not the same thing. I'm trying to think. Do I know anybody? Something Flangers. I think he came out of.
I got no idea.
Adam Flankers. I don't know. Let me see if I was correct. Adam Flagler. Yes, that was correct.
All right.
Usman Dieng is a name you should know. Or no, sorry, not him, but yes. But Keontae Johnson. Do you want to know why you know Keontae Johnson? Because when he was on, what team was he on when it happened? Florida, I believe. He collapsed. You remember that a couple years ago when the player just collapsed on the floor?
No.
In the NCAA? Well, he collapsed, and he's back, and now he's in the NCAA, and now he's here.
Good for him.
Good for him.
Good for him.
But yeah, the Maine Celtics are taking on the Blue. 2 big games on the run. They won in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Long Island Nets. Against the Long Island Nets. I couldn't remember if he played them or the Blue Coats. Nimi had 16 and 19 rebounds. Walsh had 15 and 7. J.D. Davison 19-11. DJ Stewart 29 points, including 19 in the fourth. And they ballooned that lead in the fourth. It was a close game, and they just fucking blew them out of the water like the real Celtics. So good for Maine.
W Maine. A lot of fun things from that game to me. I thought the from the Expo was pretty cool. Crowd gave him some good juice in that game. I thought Nimi looked like an absolute hoss when I watched back the highlights today. Bobby put it best on Talking C's. He said he looks like he's playing against a JV team as a varsity player, and it's true. Everything that Nimi did, at least on the mixtape, and he was 8 of 9 from the field, so I don't think he was doing a whole lot that wasn't working, looked incredibly easy. He was just dunking over everybody. He was able to be patient underneath, and the defense was getting all out of whack. He had that sick block that you just showed. He even made a long 2 with his foot on the line at the end of the game. Dagger. Little love for the Nimi jump shot hope.
Shout out Portugal. He's got a good jump shot form. I'm not saying he should take him, but he's got good form, which is something. Right?
I still can't wrap my head around that Luke Cornett's just not taking threes.
I hate it. I want to just take
I was thinking back to the shitpost article I did, and I was like, I really should just put Luke Cornett shoots threes as one of the things.
Should.
Because I legitimately don't hate it.
No, I think he should. Jake Eisenberg just head in hands, pulling his hair out. Stop. Yeah, good for
Walsh
me, man.
Also, he had some big buckets in this game too. He made a 3. He had a steal and a fast break dunk. He had an and 1 at the end of the game. He looked pretty good in the fourth quarter. It was an encouraging game for Walsh. I like the way he's able to kind of rise up in the intense moments. His defense makes him somebody that is going to be playable down the stretch of games. And I think this bodes well for the future of him. RJ said it in the stream today. He was like, well, getting reps in an intense atmosphere is going to be worth it regardless. So good for these guys.
I think Jordan Walsh, not next season, but the season after, is playing like Luke Cornett in minutes. Not his minutes exactly 1-to-1 center, but that level of 10 to 15 minutes a game. You know what I'm saying? That many minutes a game. How many minutes does Luke get? Luke is averaging 15 minutes a night. Yeah. I think that's around where Walsh is/should be.
He's only 19.
Yeah. So he'll be 21 at that point. So we'll see. Shut the fuck up. Good for Maine Celtics. W. I know you disagreed and think they should have lost, but good for them.
Yeah, they really fucked the big boys over because now they have to go to Milwaukee tomorrow. And they don't have
big guys.
Bodies to throw out there.
No big men. You see the injury report? Horford, Porzingis, both questionable.
I think they should sit both of them. I said
that's what I was going to say
today.
I'm
not putting either one of those guys out there for Giannis to play football with. Not yet. You got to earn that, Giannis. You want to play football against our guys? You better make it to the conference finals.
Yeah.
Hopefully the Celtics will be there to meet.
Doubling back to JB really quick. When Gage Dushan posts an edit to Celtics, you watch it, and so we're gonna watch it. Gage is the Celtics elite editor who Noah did a profile on for Celtics blog, who rocks. And we're gonna watch his JB 10K points edit because I want to, and so you guys all have to because I control this. So here you go.
You know what annoyed me today is I saw somebody not share the original post, but just share the video.
This one?
I was just give credit to the person that made it.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, it's from the Celtics account, so I guess.
Yeah, but still, give credit to the Celtics account. They commissioned Gabe to put this together.
I agree.
Good work.
Gage. Respect him.
Gage.
All right, here we go.
That's what I said.
All right.
Gage.
Jaylen, the 10,000 point milestone, individual milestone like that must mean a lot for you.
Now, all the fans out there, I'm sure they've heard a lot about you up to this point, but now they want to hear it straight from the source. What is Jaylen Brown going to bring to the Boston Celtics?
Take him long to get his first 2 points as an NBA player.
I'm going to go to war for the city. I'm going to wear my heart on my sleeve.
Brown takes it.
I'm going to leave it on the floor every night. I love to play basketball, and I know you guys love to watch. So,
Brown for 3.
let's build this bond.
Puts it in.
I promise I won't disappoint.
You look back on everything. To be honest, it speaks for itself. All I can say is I'm incredibly grateful.
Dude, Gage is so sick at his job. That's awesome.
I watch some of the stuff that he puts out, and I'm just like, I don't know how on earth you know how to do
he
that
taught
on your
himself?
computer. Yeah, unbelievable.
I think you guys always say, Jack, you make good backgrounds. I'm dog shit. Like, I can't do anything. What are we doing?
I thought about trying to make like the shitpost videos I used to make, and I was like, I can't do that. I'm like, I'm washed. I don't have to pay. I actually think my Adobe subscription, like I got a new card, so it didn't renew, and I'm like, I'm just not gonna give them money. I don't use it.
Fair enough. Anyway, shout out Gage. All right, next thing. Payton Pritchard has been absolutely dominant. He's playing like Devin Booker. Just kind of, well, let me context. Sam found this on Reddit. Do you want to intro it? You found it, or do you want me to talk?
Yeah. So Reddit user ZGamer200 posted to the Celtics subreddit. He says, or she says, they say, so we all know Pritchard has been on fire of late, but just how on fire has he been? Well, I did some quick math on the subject, and over his last 12 games, Pritchard is averaging 17.4 points per game, 7.3 assists per game, per 36 minutes. For some context, only 13 players in the NBA are averaging 17.7 in per 36, and those players are D'Angelo Russell, Russell Westbrook, Malik Monk, Damian Lillard, Devin Booker, Cade Cunningham, Domantas Sabonis, LeBron, James Harden, Jokic, Luka, TJ McConnell, and Tyrese Halliburton. Not a bad list of names for Pritchard to be keeping company with as of late.
Very good. I was laughing because the first thing I took away from this was I did some quick math, and I'm sitting there thinking, please tell me he didn't add up every single average and divide it himself.
Yeah, I hope not. I hope not, because that's not necessary.
Like,
you ain't got to do that.
But yeah, 17 and 7 per 36 is nuts. Pritchard's been really good, and it feels like we've talked a lot about Pritchard as like he is defined by, is he shooting the ball well? That's how effective he is. But lately, it's been he's getting a lot of run as the primary ball handler. He's had the ball in his hands a lot, and the Celtics have looked really good in those minutes. And I know I'm a broken record, and every time we talk about Pritchard, I say it. The man is on just such a fucking good contract. Like, they locked that guy up for $7 million a year, which is what you pay like 15th men, or not 15th men, but like what you pay your like 11th guy, veteran. You know, maybe he'll get minutes, maybe he won't. And Celtics got a 26-year-old point guard who can shoot the 3 ball, who hustles on defense at the very least, tries his ass off, and is a great playmaker. Shoots like this dude does everything. This is like a great backup point guard that can play 25 minutes a night for you and start when he needs to, because he just fits in, because he's good off the ball as well. So credit to Brad for getting the deal done. I guess maybe credit for Joe for just fucking sticking him on the bench for a year and depleting his value. Not really, but yeah, Pritchard rocks, man. He's been so good.
Calculated move. Good job by the team.
Literally.
Payton Pritchard is somebody in the playoffs that I've said in the past I can see affecting a game. Now it's not so much of a bold statement to go out there and be like, yeah, I think he could have a good playoff game. In the past, we've seen him show up in the big moments. The one I always reference, game 2 against the Nets, Celtics come back from 17 down. Pritchard hits a insane step back long 2 over Seth Curry to give them a lead in the fourth quarter, and then proceeds to make a couple layups down the stretch. And he looked completely unfazed by the moment. Man was not shook at all, stepped in, did his job. And now that he's given more responsibility, you can even have some sort of like confidence, calmness about you if Derek White or Drew Holiday gets into foul trouble or something, where Pritchard actually has to be out there as a ball handler, because he's done an excellent job at putting pressure on the defense, getting in the paint, keeping his dribble alive, and setting up his teammates. The assist numbers are the most insane things. You don't see that off the bench very often. What you see off the bench is this guy's going to come in, give you a couple buckets, and then get back out of the game. Payton Pritchard's coming in and getting buckets, but he's also helping his teammates get some buckets. Who doesn't love that?
Yeah, Pritchard's awesome, man. And I mean, this can bleed right into our, I believe, is our last Celtics thing. You found another Reddit post, Sam. Would you like to set the table here?
Yeah, so I was scrolling through Reddit the other day, and I meant to reference this on Talking C's today, and I didn't, so we're going to do it now. And the post reads like this, if it would open for me.
I got it. You want me to read it?
No, I got it. Which NBA team would be the best if every team removed their two best players? Which team is most likely to win the chip / be the best team in the league if you remove their two best players in every team? Somebody, the top comment is the Cavs. You people
So
all
dumb.
right? Are you not watching what we're watching?
Yeah, not great.
Because if you have a team out there, is there any better team than Porzingis, White, and Holiday, if that is your worst of the starting five? If you're not convinced one of those guys isn't better than Tatum or Brown, which I don't know if they are, but I'm sure there are people out there that
they're not.
Why are Tatum and Brown safe? But no, I mean, I don't think any NBA team can match up with the Celtics if, the two stars on the team got Thanos snapped away.
Yeah, like going down the line, Bucks, no. Magic, no. Knicks, no. Nobody in the East. Nobody in the East would be close. They already run the East. Timberwolves,
Denver, no.
Absolutely not. Denver,
OKC is probably the next best one.
I'd say the Clippers are maybe the next best one because at least they'd still have a star running the show to some degree. Mavericks, hell no. Suns, hell no. Pelicans could be okay.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be great, but they'd be all right. Lakers, no. Warriors, no. Rockets, no. Look-y, the Jazz would probably be okay. It'd still be all right. They wouldn't be terrible. Everybody else, somebody said Spurs, welcome to relegation.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. I mean, the better question I think than even this one is, we talked about it last night when Tatum didn't play, but we can take it a step further with this. If you just took away Tatum and Brown for the Celtics, are they still a playoff team in the East? And the better question is, shut the fuck up. But what if you just Thanos snapped Tatum and Brown, like you said, would that team still make the playoffs in the East? And easily. I still think they might be I think they'd still be a top 4 team. I still think they'd have home court advantage.
Just because you got to think of it like this. Okay, you're going to have Derek White, Drew Holiday, still probably the best defensive backcourt in the league. Instead of having Brown and Tatum as your wing, you're going to have Hauser, who can set into even though he sucks as a starter, he's terrible as a starter.
He'd get used to it.
He can still step into a role where he's just out there expected to shoot. Then you can take your pick of who's going to be on the floor next to Porzingis, whether you want it to be Horford or somebody else.
Yeah.
You're still going to have plenty of options. Then you still have Cornette and Pritchard coming off your bench. So your top 7 is still looking pretty strong.
Cornette, Pritchard, Tillman, O'Shea, Svi off the bench still.
Svi actually has been playing.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. You give him more minutes, I think he'd be fine. That's still that team isn't as good as the Bucks. That team's not as good as the Magic, Knicks, Cavs. It might be as good as the Magic, Knicks, and Cavs. I think they'd just be in that range. That's probably where they'd fall.
Better than the Bucks. Yeah.
Perhaps. Would the Celtics still be the 1 seed? That sounds crazy to say, but
new video title dropped.
They do have a 15-game lead on the Eastern Conference, which is fucking insane to say out loud. They are 0.05 percentage points away from an 800 win percentage. Nobody else in the NBA has a 70% win percentage. They are running away with the entire league. They have a 8-game lead on the NBA. It's ridiculous. That's insane.
I would hate to be competing against the Celtics, plain and simple.
That is nuts, dude. My God. The Celtics have won more road games than 6 NBA teams have won games. What the fuck are we doing? That's fucking insane. Anyways, shout out to the Celtics. That's crazy, right? That's insane when you think about that. Anyways, let's going over to
final Celtics thing. Quick. Rob said no tribute video for me, please.
Yeah. You said no. Doesn't want it. Why? What do you
I saw somebody talk about this on Twitter. I forget who it was. If it was you in the comments, just tell us. probably was like, I don't want to show up Brogdon. I think that had some kind of, unless Brogdon was going to get a tribute, it would have felt like they were kind of showing him up. It could have felt that way.
It
could have felt that way. I think I don't think it would have been crazy to do one and not the other. I don't. But who knows? Maybe Rob's just a big, good guy. Like, just doesn't want his friends to be sad.
Well, I was wondering if there was any resentment.
Nah, I don't think so.
I don't know, man.
I'm just looking at this picture of him and Jaylen, and I just don't think so.
Well, not resentment to the players, but like the organization.
He looks plenty happy.
Well, yeah, because he's like his friend. So I'm saying, like with Brad or with the organization for trading him like that. I don't know. Interesting.
Didn't he talk about it at the beginning of the season? And he could have given like a fake answer, but he did seem very rattled.
Well, does Rob ever seem anything other than, yeah, cool, I'm good, I'm ready to go? Like,
I don't know. The way he spoke about it, like, kind of like cemented like he's not mad. To me,
I feel like there is a pitch here, like up. You're not watching on YouTube audio platforms, like up here, and a pitch right here, and they're really close. And Rob's voice never leaves that pitch. Like, he's just monotone. He's always talking in the same level. So I don't know. It's tough for me to. I don't know. It's tough for me to gauge. Anyways, let's do email check in.
Hold it up.
Jump on over there, but first
I'll do the back.
Let's go to Inpop Nino. We have 2 entries. A reminder, comment what's popping on the podcast for a chance to win a $10 Inpop Nino gift card. Time for the wheel. Let's get into it. Also, forgot to do it at the start of the show. Live for Celts of the Roundtable tonight as you're listening to this at 6 p.m. Be there. All right, wheel time. We've got Zachary Nugent and Nino Brown.
Who's it going to be?
In the wheel time.
Who's it going to be? 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 Who's it going to be?
It is Zach. Shout out.
Congratulations.
Make sure to email us at hbtcpod@gmail.com with your name and phone number. We'll get you hooked up with a $10 Incognito gift card. Again, hbtcpod@gmail.com. Email us there. All right, let's go to the email here. First one from RJ. Go to this background so you can see it. Oh, wait, hold, please. Hold. There it is. Okay. RJ says, what's poppin'? Talk about a fun run. Evening, guys. This has been such a fun stretch of sports for me, watching the Celtics win out, quote, meaningless games, and getting to do the playback alongside Ben DuPont Friday night. The Maine Celtics advancing to the G League Championship Series against the OKC Blues. Sorry, guys. That's a little far for me to cover the road games for HBTC. You're forgiven. And my Purdue Boilermakers getting to the men's national championship game on Monday night. No, I won't offer a prediction. I'll just enjoy the game. And the Cubs even contributed to the fun by taking 2 of 3 from the Dodgers. W. And now I'm on vacation for a week, which might be enough time to figure out what the heck is going on with the rest of the Eastern Conference. Since the NBA, yeah, this is great. Since the NBA has Monday off, the standings will still be valid on Tuesday morning. The Bucks are in free fall and have the hardest remaining schedule. Could they lose the remaining 4 games and finish 47-35? The Magic could go 3-1, losing to the surging Sixers, and wind up at 49-33. New York, meanwhile, goes 2-2 because why not? Wraps at 48-34, and Cavs close out 2-1, losing to Indiana, finishing it at 48-34. The Pacers sweep the final week and end up at 48-34. Sixers also go 3-0 and come in at 47-35. And finally, the dreaded Heat could only lose to the Mavs and close at 46-36. Once the dust settles, that'll leave the following: Magic in second at 49, Pacers in third at 48, Knicks in fourth at 48, Cavs in 5 at 48. Yes, I checked the tiebreakers, so this 3-way tie is correct. Bucks in 6 at 47, Sixers in 7th at 47, and Heat in 8th at 46. Do I think this is a likely outcome? Not really, but it's one possibility. By the way, the Bucks hold the head-to-head tiebreaker over both Miami and Philly, so I don't think they can slide all the way into the play-in game. That sucks. Weird, huh? Be well, RJ, which is the perfect segue into us talking about the NBA standings. So let's just go right into it, into the NBA section.
Pull it up. I'll pull up the background.
Do that. But
put some talking points on the sheet today, too, if you want them.
Perfect. RJ hit nail on the head. The Eastern Conference is fucking insane. And you know what, Sam? Since the Celtics have clinched, kind of rocks. Like, this is just going to be fun to watch. Like, I'm going to entertain it. And I know there is the little bit of, you don't know who they're going to play, but even you said it, like, you don't know who they're going to play. So all you can do is just enjoy these teams fucking slugfesting each other, because at the end of the day, you're going to play one of these fuckers in the play-in, so you might as well be prepared to beat them all. And you know what? Realistically, knock on wood, putting out the years past in the rearview mirror, I'm confident against the Celtics, against anybody in the East, realistically. So I think take care of business. But anyway,
I think it'd be pretty funny if Orlando finished second. I
it'd
just
be
think
really
it would.
cool.
Coming
It'd
into
be
the
really
season,
cool.
if somebody told you that, you would have laughed in their face. And it's still kind of laughable because, I mean, RJ gave us a whole standings like prediction that could happen, and there was not a single other Eastern Conference team that won 50 games.
It would be crazy. The Sixers only have 3 games left, so yeah, it does look like it's impossible for them to catch the Bucks, which stinks. I did see in the on Twitter that the Bucks did clinch the playoffs, so that does actually track. But the Bucks have lost 4 in a row. They're 3-7 in their last 10. They suck. Cavs have lost 3 in a row, 3-7 in their last 10. They also suck. Sixers are surging with Embiid back. They've won 5 in a row. Everybody in the East outside of the Pacers, Pacers, who are 7-3 in their last 10, are just kind of mid. And then the Celtics at 8-2, 5 in a row. RJ explained it beautifully. We're gonna have a battle for this 3 through 8, and I'm very, very excited for it. You could see a world where the Cavs fall into the play-in tournament, the Magic could fall into the play-in tournament all the way up there, the Knicks could, everybody could fall into the play-in tournament except for the Bucks, and even the Bucks can fall all the way down to 6. Imagine the Bucks go all the way down to 6 and have to play the Pacers still anyways because the Pacers jumped up to 3. They just fucking flip-flop. This is gonna be a very, very, very fun final stretch of the season.
So I don't really know what I'm rooting for. I think I'm rooting for like matchup stuff with the Celtics where I would like Milwaukee to be 2, 3, or 6 because the Celtics would not have to play them to the conference finals. I would like Philly not to be in the play-in because I just wouldn't really want to have to worry about that being a first-round matchup. Not that I even think they would lose. It's just like, do you really want to start the playoffs with a fucking nail-biter? Not really. I don't. It would be fun if Indiana fell in the play-in to me. Even though they beat the Celtics twice this year, even though I think they're a good team, I'd rather play them than like a healthy Philly. This whole thing is just bizarre to me because the thing is a fucking shit show. The separation between these teams is nothing.
This is what I'm cooking up, right? Call me the chef, Chef Harden.
Okay. All right.
Right? Bucks
Gotta get food
down.
poisoning.
Yeah, I know. Bucks, don't care where they are. I agree with you, though. 2, 3, 6. Pristine.
Ideal.
Love that. Right there. Next, Philly, also 2, 3, 6. I just want Philly to be also like, don't have to worry about them. Ideally, my dream, Bucks 3, Philly 6. They play each other first round, so one of them is gone.
Yeah,
and the Celtics don't have to play them. Exactly. Yes, and on top of that, give me Cavs, Knicks, play-in. Okay? Cavs, Knicks, play-in. Fall all the way down. Celtics get one of those 2 teams. Don't care which one. One of those 2 teams. Right? Go up there. Scratch that. Changing everything. Bucks stay 2. I'm cooking on the fly here. Can you tell? Bucks stay 2. Give me Sixers in 3. If that's possible. I don't know if it is. Heat in 6. Celtics don't play any of them till the conference finals. Right? Okay.
It would be the funniest thing ever if the Celtics had like a huge Mickey Mouse run where they just played nobody.
It's great. And then give me Knicks, Cavs in the play-in. Give me Pacers, Magic out of it. Don't care who wins from then on out. Just give the Celtics an injured Knicks team or a Cavs team that kind of sucks. Don't care who they play after that. Just those 3 teams, 2, 3, 6. Prime. Love that. Would be great. See me cook there. You saw me cook there, right?
What a week this is going to be. What a week.
Tell me I didn't cook.
What a week.
Tell me I didn't cook.
Celtics play the Knicks on Thursday. They have a piece of this, Jack.
They do. So in that world, we want them to win because we want the Knicks to fall.
So we want Celtics win every game, or they lose tomorrow?
Who are they playing with? The Bucks?
Yeah.
We kind of want them to lose tomorrow in my world.
It's okay. Go ahead.
However, pride's sake and fun sake would be super funny to see the Bucks lose again. Just objectively.
Funny. Just like Doc at the podium again.
Also, looking at the screen here, look at the fucking ridiculous point differential difference between the Celtics and everybody else in the Eastern Conference. Like the Knicks actually kind of impressive at 4.5 plus 4.5. Everyone else is below 3. And the Celtics are at 11.6, which is fucking insane. And then everybody, we can talk about the West too. Everybody in the West, 1 through 11, has a positive point differential, which is crazy. But speaking of the Western Conference, we can go there quickly. Timberwolves and Nuggets top of the West, tied at 54-24. Thunder 1 game back, 53-25. The Clippers are pretty much secured in fourth and take a lot of winning and or losing from Clippers and Mavs. Mavs have sort of solidified themselves as a playoff team. They still have time to lose out of it, but they have a nice little breathing gap there. 2 games ahead of the next team there. They're 9-1 in their last 10. Luka's making his quote MVP surge, which I guess you're winning, but he's not going to fucking win it.
Sorry. All I fucking saw was a big circle jerk about him having his knees bleed. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, they were like he got like a block at the end of the overtime against Houston. Everyone was like, yeah, both his knees were bleeding. Sick.
He played defense.
Yeah, that was the best part. Like he's like screaming after the block, and they asked Ime. They were like, "What did he say? Did he say anything to you guys?" He's like, "I don't know, dude. I don't speak Slovenian." But like he doesn't play defense at all. He's gonna let everyone know when he does.
Yeah, respect. Suns and Pelicans tied at 46-32, 8 games back. Suns in 6, Pels in 7. Kings and Lakers fighting it out. Warriors have clinched a play-in spot. Rockets have been eliminated. They're done. So
yep.
Sorry, Rockets.
All the 20 teams are set. It's just where are they going to be?
Yep, and no one fucking knows where they're going to be. Is the answer. No one has any idea.
As we're recording this, I'm heated. There's no NBA tonight.
Yeah, because it's getting fun now for us.
Rattled.
We don't care about anything
also,
else.
not for nothing. Fuck the West Coast, dude. Sorry, RJ, but this game is at 9:20 tonight. UConn. Dude. Both these teams.
That's crazy.
Indiana's not Central Time, is it? Even if they are,
no,
it's outrageous.
It's not. It's crazy.
Eastern Time. Go fuck yourself. You want Western Pacific Time? You have a team that's good.
If this was like USC versus Baylor, sure.
Yes, that's what I mean. Your team's playing, you get the time. If not, fuck off.
Yeah, not a fan. Out on it. Speaking of teams that can fuck off, though, Sam, you put on here teams on WOAT Watch. Please enlighten me.
Yes. So I saw StatMuse put out today. This season's Washington Wizards team will have the worst of all time record for a single season for the franchise. So this is the worst ever Wizards team.
That's an impressive feat considering.
Yes.
The Wizards.
So then what did I do? I said, let's look at some of the other terrible teams. Let's see what it's going to take for them to be the WOAT of their franchise. So our Pistons.
Oh, no.
In order for them not to be the WOAT, they have to win 3 out of their final 4 to avoid being the worst. And that would only be to tie the WOAT. So they would still technically be the WOAT, but they would not be alone in being the WOAT. They would be tied with themselves last year.
Oh, no.
And then the San Antonio Spurs.
No, the 80 Pistons.
Oh, it's the 80 Pistons. My bad.
Yeah.
The San Antonio Spurs. What does it mean for Wemby's legacy if he's part of the WOAT Spurs team? The Spurs who have to win 2 more games to avoid tying for the WOAT and only need 1 more to just tie. Just be tied for the WOAT if they win.
That's actually very possible because Spurs have been playing really well lately.
Yeah.
Like they have won.
Well, they heard about being the WOAT.
I know. They've won 4 of their last 7. And they are playing Memphis, OKC, Denver, Detroit. So Memphis and Detroit, they should be able to go. And they just got in a close game with Denver recently. So they've got a chance. Dude, I'm sorry. I know I'm taking us off track. Did you see Wemby's stat line the other night?
No.
Dude, they lost to the Sixers in OT. So it was like,
I don't
it's
care.
tough.
And Embiid didn't play.
In OT.
Scrub merchant.
Well, Maxey put up 52. But
another
this
scrub
man,
merchant. Nothing
this
game.
man, Wembanyama, they won. It's not a nothing game for Philly. What the fuck? That was not at all a nothing.
They were playing as a nothing team, is what I mean.
Not right now. They were Spurs had won like 3 of their last 4.
They're in the WOAT conversation, Jack. They can't be that great.
Wemby has been that great though. Wemby in this game against the Sixers had 33 points, 18 rebounds, 6 assists, and 7 blocks.
This man is flirting with. Well, I guess 6 assists isn't that close, but he's like kind of teasing quad doubles a lot lately.
Yeah. He is, dude. This guy's insane, dude. And it's not even like shot 11 to 20. He had 9 turnovers, so it wasn't that great because he's like still figuring out how to handle the ball. But like you watch some of these blocks Wemby has, and you're just like we're fucked, right? Like look at this. These are all Wemby's blocks in this game.
Not my conference.
He's just like exactly. Just like look at some of this shit. Just like making them look like children. Like this
Porzingis
is
better.
That's what I was gonna say. If you took Nerf hoop and just was like defense, like I saw Sam Quinn of CBS Sports tweet out today. He's like, it's defensive player of the year, but Wembanyama is the best defender in the NBA right now. And like I read it and I was like, that's kind of crazy. And then I thought about it. I'm like, nah, he's probably the best defender in the NBA right now.
You know what's kind of good though? Like if you're playing in the NBA and you get blocked by Wemby, it probably doesn't even feel that bad. Like it's not like if you get blocked by like, no offense, but Derek White. Like Wemby is unbelievably freakish. Like he's supposed to block you.
Paul Reed, what are you trying to do here, brother? Paul Reed is taking a mid-range shot with Wemby. Like, come on, man, be better.
That's crazy. That's a crazy block, to be honest.
It is.
Like I don't think you're seeing many players in the league make that block from like a standstill.
Dude, he's a freak, man. He is. Like it's hard for me to like fathom just how ridiculous Wembanyama is. Like, look at that defense. This is like he's playing Derek White defense, except he's a foot and a half taller than Derek White. Like or I guess exactly 1 foot. Look at him guard, dude. These chase down blocks are insane.
I'd be heated if I had to play against Wemby.
Wembanyama's chase down has to be one of the scariest things ever. Like you just feel his presence, like breathing down. Like
he doesn't even have to be breathing down your neck. He can be like socially distanced and still block you.
It's crazy, dude. All right, next thing, Sam. Would you like to make fun of Trae Young? I know that's what you have on here.
Oh yes,
kind of.
Trae Young made it through. He's back. According to WOAT, Trae Young has been cleared to resume contact and return to practice for the Hawks ahead of the play-in. Bless up. Thought he'd never play again, to be honest with you. I know the surgery was very tough. Glad he made it through. Also on here, Cat. Expect to be back before playoffs. This is good for the Wolves. Not San Antonio. Sheesh. Minnesota has been okay without Cat, but they aren't at the same level that they've been with him, which was top of the Western Conference type stuff. Good for them. Wolves fans probably breathing a sigh of relief because this was a really good season for them. I think we talked about this on Saturday's pod. Like, do we really think they're going to be very good for a long time going forward? Probably not. So this is probably their best crack at making a deep playoff run, and Cat is going to be a big part of it.
Now, Sam, I know we disagree on Trae Young, and unfortunately, I have a stat that supports
disagree.
You. I think he's good, and you don't.
Oh, you think I didn't know you thought he could. He's good. You're an idiot.
He is good. He's a good offensive player. He's terrible on defense, but he is like a very, very, very good offensive player. In terms of yeah, I was gonna say what you doing there. In terms of his playmaking,
way and I want it back.
His offensive creation, his like ability to organize an offense. Like in San Antonio, he'd be elite because Wembanyama is there to help make up for his defensive flaws, and he'd be able to set up Wembanyama better than anybody. Like one of the best in the league. However, the Hawks are 14-13 without him this season. It's the Zach LaVine bump, so it's tough. It's a tough one. But yeah, good for them. Good for Trae Young. He's back. Good. The Timberwolves thing I think is more important because like getting not only Cat coming back, but him coming back before the playoffs. I saw Keith Smith tweet about this and like being able to ramp up before the playoffs start. Like that's really big. That's really
kind of like what we were saying when we thought Holiday was having his arm amputated.
Yes, exactly. Unfortunately, some guy who might not be ready for the playoffs, Anthony Davis, hurt again. Sam, I didn't even see this, so you're breaking the news to me.
All right, so Anthony Davis has turned back into Mr. Glass. Anthony Davis, who's been very healthy this season, he hasn't missed much time at all. He left Sunday's loss to the Timberwolves with an eye injury and didn't return. McMenamin of ESPN, I think it's Dave McMenamin, tweeted this. Anthony Davis is being treated for an eye injury that he previously needed to receive medical attention for after a loss to the Warriors. A source familiar with the situation told ESPN. So the man tried to play through it and then got hit again. Idiot. If I was a Lakers fan, I'd be rattled. I know they still kind of have stuff to be. Well, I'd be rattled anyway. But I think they still have stuff to be like playing for. So it makes sense why they are like being like, okay, go ahead, go out there and play. But at the same time, like if the Celtics played Porzingis through something and then he re-aggravated it, I would be mad as hell.
Dave McMenamin also tweeted that there's optimism he will return to lineup tomorrow or today as you're listening to this. So it does sound like he'll
Probably
be
have some
okay.
sick shades on.
Yeah, but
Dave McMenamin, who's unbelievably lucky.
Yes, go look it up for yourself. Another thing, we didn't even put this on the sheet. We saw this last night. Maybe the weirdest way to phrase an injury designation I've seen. Khris Middleton. Do you see what he was out with, listed as?
No. What is this?
They listed him as out during the game due to, quote, mouth trauma. Would you like to guess?
So I have to make the joke like,
yeah,
he kind of always looks like he has had mouth trauma.
Sure. Yep.
I mean, it was up there. I had to throw down the lob. It's just too easy. I'm sorry.
He apparently got a tooth knocked out.
Really?
During a play. Yeah, apparently. I'm trying to
Sounds
find
like
the
some
play.
bitch shit. Isaiah played through it.
I know. I'm trying to find the play.
Middleton doesn't have that dog in him like Isaiah did.
I don't know if I think this was the play, but you can't even see like the tooth flying out. So I call cap, but here's the play if you're watching on YouTube. Apparently, they're playing the Knicks here, and
where is he? Okay,
Dante DiVincenzo just kind of rakes him in the face. That was it. Like he just raked him in the face. I don't know how that happened, or like that literally just coming down. Like, I don't know how that knocked his tooth out. You know what I'm saying? That's weird.
Yeah, that's kind of bizarre.
I wonder if he already had a loose tooth. He did get banged in the back. What
probably
hurt more. Look at this forearm. He looked like he was about to take from Isaiah Hartenstein. Isaiah Hartenstein's a big motherfucker. That probably hurt more than the mouth trauma. But, anyways,
sorry, Khris Middleton. I was really mean to you there, but it had to be done.
Sorry, Khris Middleton. Anyways, Ratless time. Sam, kick us off if you'd like to.
Where would I like to start? Rattlers my neck. I don't know why the fuck my neck is hurting like really bad today in the front. Like my two muscles, like right here, are really tired as if I like did chin-ups but with my neck. Like it feels like I try to do sit-ups with my neck. I'm sore this morning. I don't know why. I mean, I did like sit-ups, but not with my neck.
It's very
I feel usually like when I get a sore neck, it's like here, like in the like side to the back, not in the front. Unbelievably bizarre.
Ratless trucks. No. It's given. First of all, I found, you know how the other day I said like I found a truck with like learn how to drive a truck on the side. I found the place where they learn to drive trucks, like the lot, like big fucking lot. There used to be a
should have like just wrote them a letter.
I know I should have fucking told. I should have done like cow tipping with all the trucks, like crash into it. I was going down a street, and the way the street is, like I don't have a stop sign, but these guys merging onto my street have a stop sign where they have to stop and wait and then merge on with me. It's not like a full like T-bone, but it's like makes a Y. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the Y shape.
Yes.
And so I'm coming down along. Yeah, I'm coming down along, and this truck speeds up to get in after their stop sign, and I have to like slam on my brakes.
No.
And then they just go like the speed limit. I'm like, you did all that.
That's horrible.
Like what are we doing? Like for what?
When I was in college, like I was in a creative writing class and we had to like write a dialogue. So I basically wrote an episode of Seinfeld as if two of the characters are driving a car and the driver elects to let somebody go ahead of them, and the amount of trust that you have to put into that driver. And then if they fuck you over, it's really bad.
Yep.
That happened to you.
We got up to the next light and I just passed him in the other lane. Like if I can catch you in that time. No, he's too high up. He's in a truck. I couldn't. It was a big truck. Couldn't see.
Big boyed you.
I literally couldn't see him because I was on his right. And he's in a truck. I couldn't see up that high. But yeah, ratless trucks. And then another one cut in front of me further down the road, just pulling out. I'm like, it's not my day.
Ratless, my mom. So this one's kind of funny. My mom likes to skate, ice skate, like rollerblade or
I was picturing skateboard.
No, I had to
like,
clarify.
What the fuck?
She's not skateboarding. But so I'm really happy. Like my mom has recently like started to skate again. She goes to the ice rink every once in a while. Like weekday mornings, I think they have open skate. We have an ice rink in our town. So she went in and she went over the other day and she came home. And I was like, how was it? She was like, they had all these kids in there, like the hockey kids. she's like, I'm going to one of those city council meetings to tell them that they need to have these kids get higher grades if they're going to play sports. So she's mad that she couldn't use the rink. So she's going to go in there and try and require less kids to be able to play sports out of spite.
Actually, like, is she actually going to do it?
She probably won't actually go, but
no,
she was like, I think they need to start making them get their grades up. They're all in there so early in the morning. How can they be doing good in school? And I was like,
what time did she
I
go?
don't think you're actually concerned about the grades. You just want to skate
want the ring.
by yourself.
What time did she go?
Probably like 8, 9 a.m.
Okay. Wait, how are they in there? Isn't that school
It might be school
hours?
vacation. I don't know, dude.
That is weird.
Everybody was out and about today.
Yeah.
Like, there were people playing basketball down the street from my house like all day.
Huh. That is very odd. Ratless jury duty. So I had jury duty today. And you going, have you ever had jury duty?
I have been summoned, but then they canceled it.
Okay, so what happens is you get in. Yeah, so you get in the room and they give you like your juror number. And the way it works when everyone goes into the jury, first of all, it took them like till 3 hours to just let us in the room to like select the jury. The way it works is they call you up by your number, go. And I don't know this for sure, but I'm pretty sure like they ask you a bunch of questions like partial, it's impartial. And they say like, are you, etc. They call you up to the bench one by one. So like juror number 1, juror number 2, 3, 4. They call you up and then the judge says like yes or no, like to allowing it. And then both like each lawyer on both sides, they get 2 vetoes where they have to like have cause for it. So like, I don't like this person because I think they're biased, etc. And they have to like, plead their case, and the jury and the judge can be like, okay, yes or no, etc.
You literally should have just bought a MAGA hat and wore it, and you would have been out.
And they get 1 veto for just because, like, they can just veto anybody they want because. So I get in there, they give me my jury number. There's like 37 numbers, and so they go in order. And if they get to a certain point and then like they fill the jury, they're done, right? So if you have like 37, you're good.
You're pumped.
I'm number 4.
Oh no!
I'm
tough,
right? Number 4. Go up there. I tried my best. I played the parents' divorce card. I'm like, I'm bringing out all the stops I could possibly have to be like, red flag, don't choose me. I'm like, I did this and this. I know a cop. I know people. I'm like playing everything. They go, sit him down. I'm like, no. They sit me in the jurors table, and then the chair next to me, the lawyer started vetoing. They said, juror this, you're free. Juror this, you're free. I'm like, please me next. I want to go home. Did not go home. I'm not gonna like talk about the case or anything, but I am like getting there. Jury duty. Just I'm in there. I'm just in. I'm on the case, and I have to go back tomorrow as you're listening to this today. And the judge starts. She's like, hopefully we can get it all in today. And then she goes at like 3:45. She stands up and she goes, earlier today I made a promise that I don't usually make, and I regretfully have to take it back.
Oh no!
Today. I'm just like, oh, come on, man.
This guy I work with, he was on jury duty for mad long.
Yeah. If it goes,
he was there for like months.
Yeah, if it goes past 3 days, they have to pay you. So I really hope I don't need the money that bad.
I don't think they pay you like dick though. They don't pay you anything.
I don't know, man. That's it. It's tough.
It sucks, dude. I'm not looking forward to whenever I have to do that.
It's not great.
I gotta have like something ready to go. Like maybe I have like a Confederate flag vest or something. Rat list is rap beef. So I'm sick and tired of going on Twitter and seeing people talk about rap beef. I guess J. Cole made a diss track on Kendrick Lamar and then apologized for it. So I had to read all this shit. Okay. Yeah. Well, Kendrick made one, then J. Cole made one. Yes. And then everybody was tweeting about it for mad long, so I had to see it. And then J. Cole apologized. So he was like, yeah, I regret this, but you had to read all the tweets anyway. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't get rap beef. I don't know. Someone can educate me in the comments, please.
There's people like in the same circles as basketball talking about the rap beef too.
I guess. Yeah.
I guess, yeah. So I don't really have this isn't like ratless, but it's like fun story, and this is the only place I have to tell it. So I'm at jury duty, right? And I get selected, and I'm on the panel, right? Whatever. I'm in now. It is what it is. I've accepted my fate. They do like opening statement or whatever, and they let us go to lunch because it's 1 p.m. at this point. We go to lunch. There's nothing around, so we just have to go to a gas station. But we're walking out. I'm like making friends with the fellow jurors because like, the fuck else am I gonna do? You just talk to people. It is what it is. Get in the elevator. I'm like, what do you do? I tell them, oh, I cover the Celtics, etc. They're like, oh, that's cool. Like most people, like it's like fine. One person said I work for the city. One person said she was a nurse. This guy says, oh, I'm a teacher. We get outside and I go, oh, so where do you teach? He goes, Oliver Ames. I'm like, wait, that's where I went to high school. What the fuck? And he goes, I go, what is your name? He goes, Mr. Holland. I go, you're my fucking gym teacher. I was just in jury duty with my gym teacher. And he's like, what's your last name? I'm like, Simone. Like, Jack. And he goes, yeah, I think I had you. And we're just talking, like catching up because like I never thought like it's one of those things where like I never thought I'd see this fucking dude again. Like,
Correct. Yeah.
My gym teacher for like my freshman year of high school. And he had Henry too. We didn't have Grace, but like I we're getting food or like we just had to go to like a gas station. There was no places like open around us.
That sucks.
But it is whatever. I had some chips. I'm hungry though. I'm gonna eat after this because I'm eating today. I had like 2 packs of these like peanut butter crackers and chips. But anyways, we're coming out of the gas station. He goes, you know, now that you're like I'm talking to you, I recognize your voice. You were fucking tiny though. He's just goes, you were, so he's like, I recognize you because you're tall now. I'm like, yeah, lucky, very lucky. But yeah, I just spent the day like talking to my old gym teacher and jury. It's kind of fun. It made it like a more enjoyable experience because it's like, holy shit, this is just fun as hell, and it's a good story now. Because shout out Mr. Holland, man, he's a beast. He's a great guy. He's just super nice. Like it was cool. It was great. It's very weird. And we were walking like there was this other guy named Nick we were talking to. He's just another like kid on jury duty. He's a nice guy. He's like our age or a little bit younger. He's 22, I think, but. He's like, oh, what's your name? I'm like, Jack, Nick. And he asked Mr. Holland his name. And I'm like, I don't think I know your fucking first name, man. What is your name? Because I just know him as like Mr. Holland, my teacher. Right. And so it's a fun day, man. It was like, what the fuck? And then
what's your first name?
Well, I didn't know, man. I just knew him as my teacher. So yeah, that's shout out. I just had jury duty with my high school gym teacher from 8 years ago. Very fun.
I'm just gonna do this one. You don't have anything else, do you?
The last thing is this
if
guy.
If you do, I can alternate. Not we can go back.
No, this is very quick. Guy got jury duty with. He found a place that was open. He's like, oh, it said pizza on the front, but it was like they did Jamaican food, and so I got curried goat. And I was like, so your first time having fucking goat is during jury duty in Taunton, Massachusetts. And he goes, yeah, it was a bold choice, but it was pretty good. And then we're walking back to the jury room and he goes, I really hope that doesn't come back to bite me and I have to shit myself in the middle. And he made it through, but it's just like your first time having fucking goat is at a random ass place in the middle of Massachusetts during jury duty. It's just a bold choice by this guy, but everyone was nice. It wasn't as bad as I thought because like it just like everyone was like I made friends and yeah,
everybody's miserable together. Yeah,
it was whatever.
Let's the eclipse. So if you were anywhere today. All anybody talked about was this fucking eclipse.
Except at jury duty. We didn't see shit. Yeah. We saw it on the way out, but
there was nothing to see. Like, I'll say this. You may not be listening to us in New England, but if you're like from New England, it wasn't like a total eclipse or anything. It wasn't like dark outside.
You didn't see it though? I guess if you didn't have the glasses, you couldn't see it. But like if you had glasses, you could see it. No, but if you get glasses, like you could see it. Like if you had
what do I care? The only way an eclipse is cool is if it makes it dark in the middle of the day. That's it. Other than that, who gives a fuck?
It was dark in certain places, so it wasn't here, but yeah.
No, certain places you get a pass. Like I did see clips on Twitter of it like being like pitch black in the middle of the day. I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. But like here, you had all these fucking respectfully morons at the beach, just like they are all sitting there looking at the sun. You got nothing going on? I don't know. I wasn't that close to them.
I assume they did. Well, I the only reason I know, and I understand and I agree with you, it is like people make too big a deal of it. It's like cool that it only happens every once in a while, and like it's cool for like a 2-second thing, but like calm the fuck down. We were leaving the jury duty courtroom, leaving the courtroom. Security guard at the front has the glasses and he was staring up at the sun and we're like, oh, can we see? Because he had an extra pair and we looked at it and like it is cool if you look at it, but the difference is it's cool for like 3 seconds and then you move on with your fucking day. Like that is all it is. It is you look up, you see the sun has like a ring around it when you put the glasses, or not a ring around it, but like you can see the crescent moon over the sun for 2 seconds and then I left the courtroom. I said, "Oh, cool. Here, you look now." And
that story would have been way better if he was just like, "No, you can't." Like my glasses.
Well, he had an extra pair, so
I'm not
he kept
fucking
it.
sharing. You get your grubby hands off of my movie theater glasses right now.
I did fuck with Cam though, because Cam tweeted about the eclipse. He tweeted like this informational, like
yeah, he called out the Celtics. He was like, "Don't spread misinformation." And it was like,
and then
I actually thought Luke Cornett was going to block the eclipse for me so I could look at it. I really did. But thank goodness I know now.
Cam tweeted like the article of like, "Oh, this is what to do if there's an eclipse," and I just I replied to him, and I said, I'm just fucking loading. You're not the boss of me. If I want to damage my eyes, I'm gonna." And he just said, "Jack, you got new glasses. Why mess with things now?" And I said, "Pure fun. If I want to fuck up my eyes, Cam, you let me do it. You fuck. Don't tell me what to do."
My favorite storyline from today is Worldwide Wob tweeted. He was like, he just tagged the Suns Twitter and was like, "You guys did nothing with this. Like, what is wrong with you?" They did nothing
Sun
with
has a Twitter?
No, the Phoenix Suns.
Oh! I thought
they were like, "You guys missed." He was like, "You guys missed the best opportunity for engagement. You did nothing."
That is pretty fucking stupid. That is like a terrible missed opportunity by Phoenix.
Somebody should get fired, respectfully.
Yeah. Agree. Anyways, that's all I got. You got anything else?
No, that's it. That's it.
All right. We can wrap up there. Thank y'all for
I
tuning
hope
in.
somebody's really mad in the comments. Like they were really excited about the eclipse. That's like you're an asshole if you went and looked at the eclipse.
You'll get used to it. We're miserable. Thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate it very much. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the How About Them Celtics YouTube channel. If you're listening on podcast platforms, follow us there. Leave us 5 stars. Leave us a review. Comment on the YouTube. What's poppin' for a chance to win a $10 in Papino gift card, and use code CLNS on Prize Picks for deposit matching. I'll let Sam wrap it up.
Yeah, thank you very much for listening or watching. If
and
you're watching, I'll get there, prick. Thank you very much for listening or watching. If you're watching, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our daily uploads. We're coming at you with something new every day at 5 a.m. These pods drop Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. We're live for Talking C's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And like Jack said, Celtics at the Roundtable, Tuesday, 6 p.m. Around there, we'll be live with the Celtics Avengers. You don't want to miss it. It's a ton of fun. We're also live a half hour before every single game, which we're going to have like a mega stream tomorrow because we're doing Celtics at the Roundtable, then pregame. So we're going to bleed like right into it. We might have some Celtic Avengers stick around for the pregame, so it'll be a good time. You can also find us on Spotify and Apple. If you want the audio versions of the pods and game recaps, give us a follow. They'll be right in your feed when they drop. Leave a 5-star review. We would appreciate it. You can reach out to us via email. hbtcpod@gmail.com is the way to do that. We're taking your emails on the Celtics, on the Rat List, on whatever. It doesn't matter. Reach out if you're interested. You can find us on socials at How About Them C's. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook is just the name of the pod. Our streams are there. They're on YouTube, and they are on Twitter. Jack's Twitter's at JackSmon NBA. Mine is at Sam the France NBA. It's it for us.
Taco, come on.
Taco's having some fun here.
That is bogus. These guys are ridiculous.